Hello, this is Smarter Prepping with Uncle Mark, and I'm Uncle Mark. Today is Tuesday the 30th. Tuesday the 30th of January 2024. I keep moving the camera crazy. Okay, the time is now about 10 minutes before 7 p.m. Okay, before I even start with my topic, I'm going to talk about. I got to give you some humor. Check this out. 100% polyester cotton. I bought a batch of handkerchiefs, and that's actually 100% polyester cotton. Which is it, polyester or cotton? I think the people who the company was putting these out, they said, well, it's a polyester cotton blend. But usually when you have a polyester cotton blend, they say what percentage cotton, what percentage polyester. And these handkerchiefs, there was no indication, nothing on the label. It's just as if there's a type of fabric called polyester cotton. And it's 100% that type anyway. That's just, to me, that's comical. I'm an old guy. How many years and decades have I seen things with polyester cotton blend? Okay, I made some notes. Here's the topic I want to talk about. I had a dream last night. I had a dream. I dreamed there was somebody in my dream. I always interesting dreams. Never had bad dreams, but interesting dreams. But somebody in my dream told me that I have autism. And I woke up and I got to thinking, yeah, I have autism spectrum disorder, maybe, whatever. When I was a kid, I was born in 1955, going to kindergarten in 1960. Do you suppose there's anybody at the kindergarten, Manchester School, in Kansas City, Missouri, that was looking out for autism? I don't think so. How about 1965 when I was 10 years old in elementary school in Salina, Kansas? Was there anybody there? I don't think so. There was anybody there going to try to notice. So, and I've talked to mental health professionals. One person diagnosed me with cyclothymic disorder, which is a mild manic depressive. And somebody else said, well, you don't need medicine. And then later on, some other psychiatrist said, you need medicine. And I figured out I don't. Anyway, but the point is, I've never been diagnosed as having autism. But I got to thinking about things. I was watching these videos, and I want to make sure that you look at this this channel is called Insider. Okay, you go to that YouTube channel called Insider and look at this video. How a hoarder's house is deep cleaned. Deep cleaned Insider. How a hoarder's house is deep cleaned Insider. Why does it say deep cleaned twice? Anyway, and they interviewed Mac with Midwest Magic Cleaning, and that house, there was four cameras, 4 videos made about that. Insider made one, and one was made by Mac of Midwest Magic Cleaning, and then one was A Beautiful Mess. The lady, I forget her name, with the Beautiful Mess channel, and then Clean with Barbie. So Clean with Barbie, A Beautiful Mess, Midwest Magic Cleaning, and Insider. All 4 of those channels will have your nice video of that same house, big 6-bedroom house. And down at the bottom of this so now I want to talk about hoarders, because that was a hoarder house. Midwest Magic Cleaning calls it the cleaning of an apocalyptic hoarder house. All right. And so that got me thinking, there's like 3 disorders. I got to think there's at least 3 kinds of disorders out there. There's there's paranoid schizophrenia. I've known people up close and personal with paranoid schizophrenia. So that's another. And then there's other disorders. I am not an expert of any kind, right? I'm not an expert of any kind. I'm just saying I've been up close and personal with people with like paranoid schizophrenia. I took a guy, a witness, what a mental health professional calls a psychotic break. So that's one thing over there. But other disorders, like hoarder disorders, the guy at Midwest Magic Cleaning, he talks about hoarding disorders as if he's a mental health professional diagnosing these people. But I mean, I think he's correct, but I don't think he's a mental health professional. And then But I want to give you a rundown of what my understanding of hoarders. If you have, okay, in that video I just showed you from what's that? Insider, yeah, Insider. But the deal is they showed some buckets, 5-gallon buckets. Reminds me of my containers here, right? But you see, you can go and buy at the store. I looked it up on the internet. I've seen it before. You can go to the store and buy. You see all these here, all these totes, right? You can go to a store. I'll sit down in front here. You can see me too. There's me. There's me. And there's the stuff. See? Oh, I'm in the same shop. See? How about that? But what I'm pointing out is I never went and bought a bucket, a prepper bucket, okay? Apocalyptic prepper bucket. No. And it seems to me, apply your common sense to this. If you were going to do that, at any one point in time, one of those buckets would be in the kitchen. In other words, you're going to use the prepper stash, the oldest bucket of your prepper stash bucket. You're going to be using that at any one point in time. You might pull the stuff out of the bucket and sit in your cabinets, but you're going to be using out of that bucket. And the next one would be close by up to that. You wouldn't have 20. You see in this video, that apocalyptic prepper has 20 5-gallon buckets in the basement. You can look at it and you can see for yourself. You can count 5, 10, 15, 20, probably more like 40. In the video, in none of those videos does anybody count. Only the reporter with Insider and Mag of Midwest Cleaning, although those two were actually in the basement looking at those. And neither of those counted how many buckets and how many days worth of food is in each bucket. You go to the internet, go to Walmart.com, any kind of .com like that, and you can find your listing. And it's like a 2-week supply or a 2-month supply or something. I can't remember how much. You look it up for yourself. But there's at least 2 weeks, if not 2 months supply of food in one bucket. I guess it's supposed to be 2-week supply. And so, I mean, you could buy other food too, but you need to keep using your oldest buckets and buying new buckets. Well, and then there's other things the hoarders will stack up, just clothing. Oh yeah, I knew a guy named Uncle Randall. Uncle Randall, he's now deceased. I lived in the same house as Uncle Randall. He had clothing. He had, let's say, I don't want to overestimate, let's say 20, 30 shirts here, and how many stacks? 10, 20 stacks. So 200, 300, probably close to 500 shirts. Just stacked up, just on the floor, stacks on the floor. They weren't dirty. They'd probably never been worn. So I've seen this. So I'm saying if you see a crazy amount of anything, shirts, prepper food buckets, crazy amount of anything in anybody's home, that's your home or anybody else's home, then you can do an amateur diagnosis, I suppose, an amateur supposition. You can suppose that probably you can make some kind of educated guess, that this person might have hoarding disorder. Follow me? So that's one disorder, hoarding disorder. I'm just me describing it. I've been around it like I've been around Uncle Randall. Uncle Randall, by the way, he's dead and gone at this point, but I feel it's okay to talk a little bit about him because I was right there. So I've seen that up close, and you can see a lot of this in Midwest Magic Cleaning hoarder houses that he cleans out. So I'm running out of time on here, but there's 2 other disorders I want to talk about. There's a lady called Mira, and she has a YouTube channel called Peeling Away the Clutter. Mira, M-I-R-A, Peeling Away the Clutter, okay? She calls herself chronically disorganized. Okay, chronically disorganized. I'm going to call that a disorder. I wrote this. Now, so there's hoarders, there's chronic disorganized disorder, right? So there's 2 disorders. This is just me as an amateur coming up with disorders. Then there's autism. Oh, I'm already 9 minutes, I'm running out of time. I had a coworker with autism. The guy at Midwest Magic Cleaning, he says that he has autism. I think that I have autism. That's trying to get everything organized a little too carefully. My question is, if you don't have a hoarder stash, right, and you don't have chronically disorganized disorder, so your place is not a total mess at all times, then I guess you have autism. So if your life is nice and neat, you have autism. Never mind. Okay, if you're ready, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Later, Tater.